Close your eyes. Take a moment here. Acknowledging what you feel without judgment. Knowing that you're in a safe space and that you're loved. Take some breaths. Find an anchor for your hands. Maybe hands right on top of your knees. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, draw your shoulders down your back. Let's take a couple big cleansing breaths in through the nose. Vigorous exhale out your mouth. You can even really open your mouth, stick your tongue out like you're just really exhaling it all out. Deep breath in, cleansing breath. Exhale, drop your shoulders, sigh it out. One more like that. Deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. No judgment of yourself, just letting yourself be true. Take this time to nourish your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your lips together now. Rest your tongue on the top of your mouth and let your jaw relax. Start to cultivate your breath in through your nose and out through your nose. See if you can lengthen your inhale and then match the length of your exhale to the inhale. Listen for the sound of your inhale. Listen for the sound of your exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands together at heart center. And slowly start to rub your hands together. Just rubbing your hands back and forth. Feel this generating a little bit of friction and heat. Keep breathing. Pick up the pace and generate a little bit more heat between your hands. Rub your hands back and forth together. Continue to rub your hands back and forth together, keeping your breath steady while your hands move briskly. When you start to feel a little bit of fire between your palms, take your palms, place them on your eyes, take a big breath in. Press the heels of your hands into your eyes, take a big breath out. This is an opportunity to redirect our senses. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Keep your hands on your eyes just like this, blocking out our sight, letting ourselves see more clearly. I invite you to start your practice today with a clarity statement. Today, I am grateful for. You fill it in. Today, I am grateful for. I'm going to invite you to take that a little bit further. Today, I choose. You fill it in. Today, I choose. Gently remove your palms from your eyes. Interlace your fingers. Press your hands up above your head. Pressing your palms up towards the ceiling, lifting through your belly. Lifting your chin, drawing your shoulders back. Take a big stretch there. Release your hands. Clasp your hands behind your back. Pull your heels of your palms together. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Drop your chin towards your chest. If this is okay for you, you can even extend through your elbows, reaching your hands a little bit away from your back as well. The places we hold shoulder tension and stress is usually in the joints, neck, shoulders, hips, even ankles and knees. So just be acknowledged in that today. You can release your hands, come off of your cushion, find yourself in your child's pose or your supported child's pose, toes to touch. If it's comfortable for you to take your knees out a little bit wide towards the edges of your mat. And if you this Monday morning are a little creaky, use your prop, support your chest or your forehead. Relax to the mat. Rest your forearms and your elbows on the mat and spread out all 10 fingers. Lift up those fingers and then fan them out. Lay them down on the mat. Let your hips drop back towards your heels. Take a breath in and a breath out. Big breath in. Exhale out. We'll move on our next inhale to exhale to tabletop. So breathe in. Exhale, lift your hips, come up to your hands and knees. If you were using your cushion or blanket, you can move that to the side. Find your hands right underneath your shoulders, elbows, wrists. Start to get really focused just on your alignment, your hips over your knees. Hold this position, pulling your belly button into spine and pushing the mat away. Before we move into a cat-cow, we're going to work later today on a chaturanga push-up, which is like a tricep push-up. And so I want to really get integrated here of how your hands push into the mat. There's nothing that's not engaged through the backs of your arms. Belly in, building tension, building that muscle here. Almost like you could push all the way up, breathing here. And then we'll relax. Keep the integrity of your shoulders while you drop your belly, lift your chin. And then change directions. Exhale, pull your chin to chest, arch your back. Do that with your breath. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. Exhale, round. Your shoulders should be really engaged, elbows straight. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. Even in that, don't bend your elbows. Exhale, round your back. One more like that. Good. Take your right leg out behind you. Take a big stretch with the right leg, lifting through your right heel, squaring your right hip down. Again, finding this integrity. So if you're sagging and your elbows are a little bent, push harder through the tips of your fingers to straighten your elbows, engage your shoulders, set your gaze forward, breathe, and then swing your right foot to your right hand. Inhale, rise up. You can make this as deep as you want to or more symmetrical. So more symmetrical is right knee right over right ankle, and I'm just really in a kneeling position. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you could take that right foot forward and take a deeper lunge here. Arms are up. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you look up. Today, I am thankful for. Drop your shoulders. Breathe. Good. Bring your hands down towards the mat. Straighten out your right leg. Lift your right toes. Extend your right knee. Stretch through the back of your right leg. Breathe here. Very good, guys. Swing your right foot back around. Take your left leg, take it back, push through your left toes, and then lift your left heel. Be mindful when you get there that your right elbow stays straight and your left hip corners down towards the mat. So we're not dropping all the weight into the right side, but trying to find balance. Straight elbows push into the shoulders. Lift through your left heel. Breathe. Set your gaze forward a little bit so your energy is going forward. Belly drawing in. Breathe. Push the mat away. Where's your breath? If it's all up in your throat, take a deeper breath. At least get down into your low ribs. One more breath. Use your exhale to move. Bend your knee. Put your left foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Again, you can start just symmetrical. That's always going to be the safest place for your joints. Left knee right over left ankle. Or if you want to go deeper in this right hip, take your left foot forward a little bit. Allow your gravity to pull this forward so you get more of a 45-degree angle on the other leg. Good. Breathe. Look up. Today, I choose to be. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands down. Take your left foot back. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Find your downward facing dog. Some of you are going to find that even just when you do that, you're too long. Your hands are too far forward. Your feet too far back. And if you feel like you're like reaching between, two buildings, shorten that up. Bring your feet and your wrists closer together. Really, our goal here is to make ourselves in an inverted V and find a flat back. Take a big breath in, big breath out. If you're hyperextending your knees, so you're locking them out, put a little softness in your knees and focus more on dropping your chest toward your thighs. Shake your head side to side here. Breathe. Be in this moment. Be thankful for your body. One more deep breath in. Good. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat. If you can, walk your feet to your hands. If that's cumbersome for you, you can also go through your hands and knees and then stand up at the top of the mat. Good, Linda and Joe. Find yourself in a forward fold. Soften your knees a lot. Bringing your chest towards your thighs. Exhale, hang your head, grab your elbows, ground down through your feet. Take a big breath in. Exhale, get even deeper. Just soften and fold here. Look at the bend in my knees. So I'm not putting any pressure on the backs of the legs at all. I'm really bearing weight through all four corners of your feet. Breathe. One more inhale on the exhale will travel. Inhale, exhale, roll all the way up. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and stand well. So if your booty is pushing back or your shoulders are up by your ears, adjust. Use this internal alignment. Putting the weight in your heels, squeezing your belly in and tucking your glutes under. Engage through your quads and your kneecaps. Drop your shoulders down towards the center of your spine. Hands at heart center, close your eyes. Breathe. From the book I was referencing on Fear by Thich Nhat Hanh. Even when we are most joyful, there is fear behind our joy because we fear that this moment will end, that we won't get what we need, that we will lose what we love, or that we will not be safe. So even when we are surrounded by all the conditions for happiness, our joy may not be complete. Our first step is to acknowledge our fear gently. Start to treat yourself tenderly. By living with compassion, we start to be able to face those fears. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Open your eyes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take a big forward fold. Get ready to move. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot. Put your hands on the mat. Step yourself back to your choice, high plank or a modified high plank where your knees go down behind your hips. Good. Walk your hands forward. Take your time to get there. If your knees are behind your hips, so Linda, take your knees just a little bit back. Joe, take your feet just back a little bit more so that you're putting that stack of your shoulders. Good. And you're making yourself a straight line. Breathe here. Everybody drop your knees. Hug your elbows in tight. Lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your toes to touch, resting the tops of your feet on the mat. Press your hands into the mat. Lift your chest just a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Let's do that 3 times, warming up the back. Inhale, lift. Squeezing those elbows in tight. Exhale, lower. So if you find when you inhale, you're making chicken wings with your elbows, bring your elbows in closer. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, lift, and push yourself all the way back, dropping your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Find your downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's start to practice with our eyes open. So start to get grounded and focused here. Soften your knees, open your eyes, look between your feet, press your hands into the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Now look forward as you inhale and then exhale, walk yourself to your hands. Breathe in. Exhale, soften everything. Anchor your hands on the opposite elbow. Ragdoll. So letting your crown of your head hang low. Good. Bringing your chest towards your thighs. Breathe in and use your exhale to drop into the soften. It's not what you look like, it's what you feel. So I want you in a place of surrender in your fold right here. So bend your knees. That doesn't mean you don't have feeling through the back of your legs. In fact, our feelings of surrender are usually of high sensation. Inhale, exhale, release your hands, roll all the way up. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart center. What do you choose? Today, I choose to be. Own it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. I'm so proud of you for finding this time to be on your mat today. Breathe in, find a flat back, putting your hands right underneath your knees. Good. Soften everything, make your way back to your high plank or to your modified high plank. All right, very good. Everybody wiggle your toes back and drop your knees behind you. I'm just gonna take you through, you're gonna do this with me. We're gonna do what's called a chaturanga, which is basically a low push-up. So guys, you might have an easier time with this because you have pecs and women generally do not. We have other things. So we're gonna turn the eyes of your elbows. This part, your intercubital space, is gonna turn forward. So when your hands are on the mat, imagine that you were trying to open a jar with your hands. So you were trying to open that jar. So when you do that, it rotates your arms forward. So let me see you do that. Rotate your arms forward. Okay, without moving where your wrists land. So you're not turning your hands. You can stay straight up, but it's an energy of like you were trying to open jars with your hands, turned your arms forward. Good. All right, your knees are behind you. Keeping those elbows forward, as we lower our chest, I want you to lengthen like you were trying to come between your elbows with your chest. So pushing your chest forward, good. Now lower down, squeezing your elbows in so tight till you get to a halfway point and you stop. Push it. All right, and push back. So this is like, for those of you that do like a lot of gym stuff, this is like a tricep push-up. But here's what it looks like in yoga. You do a downward facing dog, shift forward high plank, pull your body forward, elbows turn forward, squeeze, lower, to this halfway point. This is your chaturanga. From there, we then transition to up dog. But I want you to work. We're starting to break this down. I just want to start with finding that low push-up position. All right? When you do it on your knees, you get the muscle memory. So ladies especially, start with that. Guys, if you have natural more upper body strength, you may find you can kick it in and do your full plank. But what we don't want is elbows going out like this. And we don't want to be way withdrawn so that then I'm like creating this bad angle with the shoulders here, because that really is putting too much strain. Look at me. When I shift forward, okay, and then lower, I'm creating like an anchor for my body with a 90-degree elbow there. And that's what we're looking for. All right, let's give it a go, okay?
Yay.
Who is having a great time?
Funny.
Okay, hands on the mat. Ready?
Oh.
Oh, that was awesome. Good.
It's gonna make me
I'm
laugh.
just curious. Okay, if I do this gallery view, can you still see me, or do you guys see each other?
See you.
I can see you, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, ready? I can see all of you. This is fantastic. All right.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a
let's
good thing or
start from
not.
our down dog so we can get into the right position. Okay, Linda, looks good. All right, tuck your toes, push yourself back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to your tippy toes. Even if you're going to modify, pull your belly button in tight, look forward with your chin, because remember, we're trying to get length. Shift forward to your high plank. Good. Now, even before you move forward, push your chest forward a little bit so you get more on your tippy toes. Now you can drop your knees. See how then the knees are behind you. Good. Turn your elbows forward like you're energetically opening a jar. Hug your elbows in. They do not go out. They do not go out. Lower. If you need to go all the way down, go there, but go slow so you get the practice. Look, going down, going down, going down. If you get right here and you're like, ah, then just come all the way down. But it's the practice of going slow. Good, Chris. All right. So let's do that again. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, tippy toes. If your wrists are bothering you, we're not going to stay here forever, so just hang on with me. Look forward, exhale, forward, high plank. All right, your choice how you try. I just don't want any tummies collapsing to the mat just yet. So you can be right in here in your high plank, or drop your knees behind you. Turn those elbows forward like you're energetically opening a jar. You're using your triceps, that's the back of your arms. Lower halfway, hug the elbows in. And then everybody meet me all the way down. And breathe, take a big breath. Okay, now we have to learn to go the opposite direction because you have to be able to push and pull. So meet me back into your downward facing dog. This is it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Use up the gas in your tank, friends. Inhale, tippy toes. Look forward. Exhale, move forward. This is called chaturanga. So we lower ourselves down halfway. Now, if you're on your knees, that's good. Push back up. And you get back to that high plank. So for those of you that have been doing push-ups your whole life, this is a totally different thing, okay? Because it's a chaturanga push-up, which allows you to have that. Squeeze your elbows in more, Linda. Really hugging the elbows in so they create an anchor on the sides of your chest. Good, Chris. Squeeze your elbows in more. When I say, so when I say squeeze your elbows in more, it's because as you lower down, what we're going for is a bench almost of those elbows, a stopping point. Okay, so if your elbows go out, you can't stop halfway. You kind of just collapse all the way down, or it takes a lot of strength. So creating that movement, it's a lot of muscle memory, y'all. Lower down halfway and then practice the push back up, because that helps you get both the down and the up. Good. Okay, everybody toast with that? Give me questions. Who has questions about that?
Is it over?
It's over. This is the reason why you do that, guys. Let's go through a flow and you're gonna see how you pull it all together. Take a stand at the top of your mat. Drop your shoulders. All right, stretch it out here. It's this part of the back of the arm, right? Right here. This is your tricep. This is the muscle that's activated in your chaturanga. Take your right arm across your body. Anchor your left hand across your right elbow and take a deep stretch here. I wouldn't have you guys do that if I didn't think you could, so good job. Switch arms. So I'll tell you guys, I started doing yoga in a studio where everybody was like already very good. It was kind of like what we've talked about when Susan has said, I would hate to go to that kind of studio because it's like everybody shows up already a certain way. And everybody could do everything. And I like couldn't even do a down dog. And then it took me 1 year of doing yoga every day before I did a chaturanga, which is that low push-up, every day for 1 year. All right, guys, big breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, soften your knees on the way down. Drop your chest towards your thighs. Breathe in, straighten your legs, flat back, push your booty back. Exhale, fold all the way. Make yourself back to your high plank. This is where the chaturanga comes in. So you can drop your knees behind you. For a modification, we lower down to the halfway point and then transition right here to your cobra or up dog. See how that works? So that's where that comes in. So you lower down halfway and then lift your chest. And then we tuck our toes and take ourselves back downward facing dog. I know it seems like I'm not diminishing that it's not hard, not easy the first time, y'all. So don't think that I am, but that's what I wanted to show you. It's how it goes together. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Good work, guys. Take a walk to the top of your mat. Let's get off our hands. Roll all the way up. High five, friends. Good work. Stretch out your wrists. Take your right hand straight out in front of you. Grab your left hand anchoring on your fingers and pull your fingers down so your hand comes up. Please don't snap your hand off, right? There you go. Breathe and switch. Left hand up, wrist up. Grab your fingers, pull them down here. Breathe. So we're not being aggressive with any of that stuff. You're still really focused on the alignment. Even with something like this, you don't just need to go to the place where you go. Some of you might have arthritis or issues, but that stretching is good. Mobility, right? We're bringing something fresh into the joints. Stand well on both feet. Take your hands out to the sides. Turn your palms forward. Close your eyes, pull your shoulders down and back. This is called Tadasana pose, which kind of makes me think of like, ta-da, you're here. Commit to yourself, to one another, to focus on living in this moment. We all have fear. Can we learn over time to be more mindful and to just embrace and acknowledge that fear? Without judging, without burying, without fighting. Stand on your left leg. Open your eyes. It will help you balance if you set your gaze on something in front of you and gently lift your right knee, hugging your right knee with your hands. Stand well, pushing your left foot into the mat. Draw your shoulders down and back. This is step one. If this is hard for you, couple options. If you got something to hang on to, put your left hand there as an anchor and just use your right hand to hold yourself up. Or don't take it so high. Just use it as like a little bit lower, or even like a kickstand here, like a modified tree. Just getting comfortable being on one leg, building a lot of strength in that standing leg. If you're good here, Chris Hope looks great. If Nick looks great. If you're good here, good job, Chris, get in the chair. So pull your right knee in. If you're good here, let's take it a little further. Extend your left hand out. Now you're only holding the right knee with one hand. If you're modifying, your foot's down, you could still take your left hand out. If you're good here, use your right hand like it's guiding the right knee. Open your right knee to the right. We will wobble. It's okay. We all start crashing. It's all right. I'll get back up. Strong through this right standing left leg and lifting the right knee. Good. Breathe. 3, 2. We're coming out the way we came in. Good, Chris. Bring it back together. Gently bring both hands together. Let it go slowly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take a big forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way, rise back up. Reset, hands at heart center. Tadasana, take your hands out to the side, stand well, pull your belly under, breathe. We're gonna stand on the right leg. So before you even do anything else, feel all 4 corners of your right foot pressing into the mat and pull your right glute engaged. Now it's like your left leg is just a little bit lighter. Pull your left knee up. You can use your right hand to hang on to something. Good. And anchor if you can. Start with both hands hugging your left knee in. That's going to help you get the tension and elevation here. Good, Joe. All right, that's step 1. If you want more, we're learning to balance. You're really pushing through your heel. Take your right hand out. Hold on to your left knee. Good, Tommy. All right, breathe, drop your shoulders, pull your belly in. Your left glute is engaged. Your right glute's engaged. When you're ready, left knee comes out to the side. Spark the fingers on your right hand. So this right hand, there you go, Alana, is not dead, it's alive. Reach your right hand long. Breathe. If you fall, get back up, it's okay. All right, let's come out gracefully. Bring both knees together. Bring your right hand to the knee. Very nice. Keeping the toe flexed and your gaze steady. Good, Susan. Let it go nice and slow. Come, go back if you fall. Take it down. That's it. Good, Susan. You get to win. Breathe in. Reach up. Exhale. Forward fold. All right. Whatever happened, let it go. Step your feet out nice and wide here. Star pose. Inhale. Reach up. Lift your chest. Reach through your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then lead with a flat back. Take a big forward fold. All right. This is where, like, Chris, I know you bought a yoga block right in front of your hands. This is awesome right there. It's a like place to land if your hands don't reach the floor. Also, if your hands don't reach the floor, just find an anchor. Maybe your hands can sit on your calves. In this pose, it's okay to straighten your knees. Your feet are like the number 11 though, facing straight ahead so that you can really extend through your tailbone. Yeah, don't. Not too far. Good. Good. Let your head hang. Let your head hang. Let the blood come into your head. Remember, it takes almost 30 seconds before we stop resisting. It's just like a neuromuscular response. So we got to stay here. Breathe. Bring all your attention to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe close your eyes. Today, I am grateful for today I choose to be right, if you've had enough of this, you can wiggle your feet closer together and just soften your knees and come up. If you want a little core strength here, then put your hands behind your back, pull your belly in, and then lift very slowly, leading with your chest. Rise all the way up. There you go. Good work, guys. Take a big breath in. Step to the top of your mat. Let it go. Cross your ankles. Come on down. All right, guys. Sit at the top of your mat. We're on our way down. Bring your hands behind your knees. So behind your knees. Good. Pull your chest up. Draw your shoulders back. And then lift your legs.
Oh.
If both legs don't, and if you roll over backwards, that's okay. Get back up. If both legs don't lift, then just lift one at a time. You can anchor through the other heel. All right, you guys, those of you that are looking like this is, piece of cake, good for you. Lift your toes a little bit more. Find more of a parallel. Look at Michaela. She's like, ta-da, right? All right. So Chris, with that yoga block, put that yoga block between your knees and squeeze that yoga block. Yep, there you go. That just fired that up a little bit. All right, lift your heels a little bit more, guys. Lift your heels a little bit more. Come on, lift your chest. Lift your heels a little bit more. Good. Now you can let go if you want to. Stay with me. 3, 2. Nicole's like, 1. Hug your knees. Lay all the way back.
Oh.
Take your legs straight up towards the sky.
Oh,
Point and flex your toes. Reach your arms up above your head. If you find that having your legs straight up like this is difficult, because if you don't have a lot of flexibility through the backs of your hamstrings, it's hard. Elevate your hips. So grab a pillow or towel, put it underneath your hips. Elevate your hips. It'll be a lot easier for you to take your legs straight up. There you go.
Nope.
Maybe not a smooshy pillow. And you want it underneath your hips, not underneath your back. Maybe I shouldn't have said a lot easier. Maybe I just said of like it would be better.
Oh, there we go.
All right, guys. I'm giving you 2 choices here. So you can just stay here and let this be restorative, legs up, letting the blood drain, your lymphatics drain from your ankles. Let your arms rest back above your head or out to the sides, and just close your eyes and be here. Or if you got a little gas in your tank and you need to get a little bit of energy worked out, put your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, elbows out wide, and join me. We'll just do 20 slow crunches with breath. Here we go. And we'll exhale as we lift chin to knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point through your toes. 6, 7. If you're not doing this, it's totally fine. You take nice deep breaths in. 9, 10. Notice where your elbows are. Make them go out wide. 13. Keep going. 14. So we're not able to see the elbows. They're out wide. Gaze is up. 16, 17, 18. Exhale as you squeeze. 19. And 20. Good. Everybody, bend your knees. Put your feet on the floor. Hang on to the edges of your mat. Drive through your heels. Lift your hips. Bridge pose. Press your hip bones up. Squeeze your glutes together. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lower all the way down. If you had a pillow or something underneath your hips, move that to the side. Walk your feet out wide, keeping your knees bent, feet right on the edges of the mat. And then gently drop your knees towards the right while you keep your left shoulder down. Everybody's degree of how far they go will be different. Come into your breath, breathe in and breathe out. Thank you for just doing the best that you can. Maybe we should start saying that to other people, right? Just thank you for doing the best that you can. Come back up to center. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop your knees gently to the left. Keep your right shoulder on the mat. Maybe turn your gaze over your extended right arm. The wider your feet here, the easier it might be to drop your knees. You're just looking for an opening through the opposite hip. So in this case, if your knees are to the left, you're feeling an opening through the right. If you've got somebody next to you, you can kind of reach out with your hand and help them anchor their knees down. Breathe in. Let's do that again, each side. Inhale, knees up to center. Take both hands out, palms up if you don't have them that way already. Walk your heels a little closer to your hips, but feet are still out wide. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. Listen for the sound of your breath. Part of your practice on your mat is just getting in touch with our physical self, emotional self, bigger self, which is always there. It's nothing that I do. It's already there within you. It's just you taking the time to stop and look and notice and listen. Bring your knees back up to center. Inhale. Exhale, drop them to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. We're going to make our way to our final resting pose. If there's something else that you need to do to make yourself feel all stretched out here, do that now. You might need to take a happy baby, which is grabbing the outsides of your feet, pulling your knees down towards your chest. Or you might just need to take a hug of your knees towards your chest. Or something else. Anything else you need before you find yourself relaxed. Palms up. If you have a pillow or something handy, it's nice sometimes to prop it somewhere to give you a little support. I like it under my knees. It just elevates your legs a little bit, but it's also, it could be nice underneath your hips or your shoulders or neck. Just get comfortable. Find yourself in a place where you can rest for a moment. Close your eyes. We think that to be happier, we should push away or ignore our fear. We deny our fear in order to avoid that uneasy discomfort. But holding tightly doesn't ease our fear, and ignoring and burying our fear brings even more anxiety. So we should practice living in the present moment. This is mindfulness. Mindfulness as a practice can give us the courage to face our fears and no longer be pushed or pulled by them. When I read that, I realized it doesn't mean that you don't have the fears. It doesn't say, he's not saying, Thich Nhat Hanh isn't saying you don't have the fears anymore. He's just saying that you are able to embrace them and no longer be controlled by them. Take a big breath in, guys. Open your mouth. Exhale out. When you're ready, roll over to your side. Bring your hands together at heart center. I invite you to take your gratitude practice of what you're thankful for today and what you choose for today off the mat. The light in me honors and is so thankful for the light in each of you. Namaste.
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 Good job, guys.